Good afternoon. Welcome along to a very special announcement in regards to the biggest domestic grudge match of the decade, which will see these two men finally come face to face early next year. Nikita Tszyu and Zerafa getting up close and personal a little earlier today on the Brisbane River, and they are about to face off again shortly as we reveal some key details about this blockbuster fight night. We're going to get over to Ben Damon in just a moment, but before that, it's a very good afternoon to the Courier Mail's Peter Bedell, who was in Sydney a couple of weeks ago for the official announcement of this fight. Pete, as expected, there was a lot of hostility, a lot of tension in the air, a lot of spiteful words exchanged. But now that these two are back together, facing off on the Brisbane River and here for this press conference, are you expecting things to go to another level today?
Yeah, I certainly am, Megan. Look, it was pretty hostile a couple of weeks ago in Sydney, and that will be amplified now. We're going to see the Battle of Brisbane, the River City Rumble. Of course, they're on the barge today. They were safe on the water, thankfully, but there'll be bombs coming on January 16, and it'll start with the build-up. And both men, it's a huge fight for them, huge ramifications, implications, and the victor goes on forward. The loser could be career over for Zerafa at least. So this is a huge fight with huge connotations here in the Battle of Brisbane. Yeah,
so the fact that we're in Brisbane tells us that this is where this fight is going to be. Ben Damon will give us the venue officially in just a moment. But how exciting for this city, your hometown, to be hosting a fight of this magnitude.
We love the fights in Bris Vegas, Megan. Look, we've had some blockbusters over the years. Nearly a decade ago, of course, Jeff Horn against Manny Pacquiao. That was the iconic moment at Suncorp Stadium. We saw Jeff Horn and, of course, Tim Tszyu in 2020 in Townsville. And then, of course, Zerafa's been here before against Jeff Horn. They had two great fights. There was the bloody match here in the return about 6 days before Christmas in 2019. So he's got a feel for this city. Zerafa, he knows what it takes. He has to get the job done against Nikita Tszyu.
And No Limit promised us a stacked undercard when this fight was announced. Ben will give us the full rundown in a moment, but we're seeing faces here like Liam Paro, Dempsey McKean, Liam Wilson. So that gives us an idea of the calibre of fighters on this card.
Happy New Year, Megan. This will be a massive fight. Look, there's some huge news brewing here about Liam Paro. We're about to hear that in a minute. But always good to see Liam Wilson on a card. He's always action-packed. Tawisi Vasitu, the scariest man in Australia. I wouldn't want to get into a dark alley with him. And Dempsey McKean, good to see him back, the big southpaw. So some huge fights. Great card. Can't wait.
OK, let's get the details and make it all official. It's over to Ben Damon.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we do know the fight. It is Nikita Tszyu and Zerafa. Now we know the venue as well. We know about the undercard, and we can tell you about a huge co-main event that will take place in this fight on Friday, the 16th of January. So Zerafa, that is your main event. We now know it's at the Brisbane Entertainment Centre. So the fight has a home. Bad Blood will head to the Brisbane Entertainment Centre on the 16th of January. And today we can tell you all about this stacked undercard as well, which is brought to you by No Limit Boxing Promotions. Ben Damon is my name from Main Event Television. Really pleased to be here in Brisbane today. We've got some exciting news, and George Rose is going to be the man to bring plenty of that to us. Firstly, though, George, pretty spectacular morning for everyone involved here, with Zerafa and Tszyu heading out on a barge, and some brilliant pictures as well. What was that experience like?
Mate, it was fantastic. It was great to be here in Brisbane. I'm really excited to be bringing a big fight here to Brisbane yet again. And the morning out on the beautiful Brisbane River was fantastic. It got a bit hot. I got a bit sunburned, and it was a very cosy experience up there. You know, the ring only just fit on the barge, so there was not a lot of room for movement. And to be in the middle of the ring with these guys doing interviews back and forth, talking about each other, it was an awkward experience for me in the middle, and knowing what's coming from this fight, it's going to be a really great experience.
Yeah, and we're headed to the Brisbane Entertainment Centre. We can reveal that today. Did that make you excited about the fact we are headed to Brisbane in January, the beautiful sunshine that you're experiencing out there this morning?
Well, we had to get it to Queensland. I think, you know, there's a few good reasons to come here. Obviously, it's neutral ground for the two guys, and I think it's fair when you've got fighters of this calibre. It's fair to respect them and give them a neutral ground to be able to fight it. Plus, it gives me an excuse to come to Queensland and enjoy the sun. So that's the little plus side of it for me. But fantastic venue, Brisbane Entertainment Centre. I know that it's going to be a really good night. We experienced the NBL there recently, and the atmosphere was pretty good for that. I know it'll be 10 times as good once we bring a big fight like this here, especially with the amount of Queensland talent that we've also got on this card as well. So there's some really good fights that we've managed to match, but you cannot go past the fact that we've got the biggest grudge match in the last decade taking place here at the Brisbane Entertainment Centre in January. And these two guys, you know, they're both on different paths, but both are looking to go up, and it's a step up for Nikita. It's a big test for Michael Zerafa, and I'm hearing the betting odds are very, very close on this one, and rightfully so. Both of these guys are both worthy of a victory in this fight, and it's one of them fights where you have to pick a side. You either love or hate Nikita, or you love or hate Zerafa, and that's the way that people see it, is that you'll either love or hate either one, and someone's going to tune in to watch one of them get knocked out, and I reckon there's a good chance that could happen in this fight.
George, everyone will be scurrying to try and get some tickets to this event now that we do have a venue. Can you tell us about the process of getting those?
Yeah, look, tickets go on sale tomorrow. They go on sale... You know what? Daylight savings throws me out up here too. So it's 2 o'clock in New South Wales. It's 1 o'clock in Queensland. So tickets go on sale tomorrow anyway. But if you're registered through nolimitboxing.com.au, you don't have to worry about what the daylight saving times are, because that's where all the info will come to you. So make sure you register there. But tickets will go on sale tomorrow. Make sure you get in early, because it's going to be a huge event. And if you want to get the best seats in the house, it's a great venue. Make sure you get in early and make sure you're there for this fight, because it is going to be the fight of the decade, and it's going to be the fight card of the decade, because we've matched some fantastic fights to back up this great main event.
How are these two going, Nikita and Michael Zerafa? You spent the morning with them. We've seen them all over the place doing media and promoting this fight. And, of course, we had that announcement recently where there was plenty said. How do you think things are going? Yeah,
look, it's weird. They have spent far too much personal time together over the last few weeks in promoting this fight. And I know that there's been moments that both of them have said, I actually like this about him, and then something's happened, and straight away they both whispered to me how they really feel about the other person. So it's interesting to have them so close together for so long. I mean, we even, just before in the hotel, we're coming from the barge, we're looking to get an Uber back to the hotel. They nearly ended up in the same Uber together. Then we get back to the hotel and they end up in the same lift together. And I'm standing in between the pair of them. So we're going to have to sort something out about where they're staying and how they're travelling, because they're spending too much time together. And if it breaks out between these two, I don't want to be the man in the middle. That's for the pros to be able to handle that. When these two finally get it on,
it almost seems like you're trying to make us friends.
I don't want.
It's just weird. We're about to fight each other. Why are you guys putting us together?
I want you to be friendly for now, because I don't want anything to happen too soon. January is when it all goes down. You can hate each other then, but right now I don't want anything to break out, because I reckon there's been moments there where it could have gone close. It's lucky that they're professionals. At the end of the day, they're professionals and they know when to contain it. I know when they step in the ring, the switch gets flicked, and that's when it all goes down. But it has been a weird little period watching these two get cosy.
George,
we can't even do a face-off anymore. We've started looking in different directions. We've done over 20 face-offs in the last 2 days.
Michael, are you enjoying the process? You trying to be friends?
It's starting to become like a normal thing now. I spend more time with him than I do with my fiancée.
All right, we'll talk to the pair of those fighters very shortly. We'll have a face-off as well for the pair of them at the very end of it. But George, I don't know if we can announce this fight, the co-main event, but there's been so much talk in recent times about Australia's former world champion Liam Parra. We know that you at No Limit have been deep in negotiations for a world title eliminator against Paddy Donovan. The IBF welterweight world title eliminator is the fight that's being negotiated. He's here, he's on the poster. Can we confirm that that is the co-main event of this show?
I can confirm that conversations have been finalised overnight. There has been an agreement reached on that fight. And while it hasn't been officially signed off, everything's been agreed on. So, man's handshake is pretty much as good as a contract. So that's where we're at right now. And it is agreed. It is going ahead. Liam Parra will be fighting Paddy Donovan, and this will be the final eliminator to fight for that world title. And I'm stoked for Liam Parra, because the journey that he's had, becoming a world champion, losing his world title, and then fighting his way back to that position, we've been really excited to be on this journey for him to get back to the top, to where he belongs. And this is the fight that puts him there. So within a handful of fights, he's been able to get back to that position, and we're stoked that Paddy Donovan Donovan's locked in, we'll get him out here and introduce him to Queensland and send him home with another loss, because Lamparo is headed for the top. And this is a very tough fight. Don't get me wrong, it's a very tough fight. We watched the fight because we were interested in seeing who would become the world champion. And I thought Paddy Donovan looked the better fighter in that fight, and it'll be a really tough fight for Lamparo. But mark my words, Lamparo is a world champion and he will be back at the top.
Well, that is massive news. So it is the IBF welterweight world title eliminator between Australia's Liam Paro and Paddy Donovan, who will come from overseas to fight him. It's number 2 and number 3 in the IBF, in a massive fight that will form the co-main event of this show, with the headliner being Nikita Tszyu and Michael Zerafa on Friday, the 16th of January. That is the big news here. Tell us a little bit about some of the rest of the undercard that we can announce here today as well, George.
Yeah, well, look, 2 really exciting fights that we've just announced there now, but you look at this undercard, and this is some of the best Australian talent that we have in boxing. I'm excited for Billy Polkinghorne to be getting back in the ring. Billy's been itching. I know he's had a lot of injuries of late, and it's slowed him down, but every time that a fight card's been popping up, I get Billy Polkinghorne in my DMs looking for a fight. He wants to get back in the ring. I know he's hungry. I know he's always sitting in my DMs looking for a fight, and he wants to fight anyone. That's why I love that about Billy, is that he's willing and wanting to fight absolute anyone. So we've got a great fight coming up for him, and it'll be good to see him back in the ring, because, again, he's one of Australia's most talented boxers, and he just needs his time in the ring to prove it. And Liam Wilson, we know what we've seen from Liam in the past, and we know what we get. We saw him back at his best in his most recent performance here in Brisbane, and I think there's something special about when Liam fights here in Brisbane, because he really knows how to turn it on. It's good that he gets so much hometown support here in Brisbane, being a local Queensland boy, and being able to show off what he can do. I love seeing Liam Wilson at his best, and we're going to get that opportunity to do it, because I know when there's so many good fights on this card, that's when Liam Wilson really steps up and really wants to steal the show from people. So to have Liam on this card, he'll be showing what he can do, and I think we'll get another big performance from him, and another fight that I'm really excited about. I love the heavyweights. I love the heavyweight fights. We've got Dempsey McKean back, and he's one of Australia's most decorated heavyweights, and to have him on this card is an absolute honour. And he's fighting against Tszyu who's he's been in 2 of his fights have been, one of the fights of the year. Both of his fights that we've seen him, when Tszyu fights, there's a really strange feeling that you experience, and you'll only experience it being live at a boxing event. There's a combination of absolute fear and excitement and anxiety that you get when this man is in the ring. When you're in that room, it's like the energy just zaps out of it, and you're waiting for the moment for when one of these big punches lands. So when you see heavyweights like him in a fight, you need to be there to experience it live. I'm telling you, that sheer terror that you feel when this man is throwing punches, when these heavyweights are throwing punches, it's fantastic, it's exciting, and you'll only get it sitting live at a boxing event, at a no-limit boxing event, and that's another fight that I'm really excited to see. And look, man, I'm talking about the undercard here. We've still got great headline fights here. We've got so many good fights on this card. I'm that pumped for this card for January, and I think this is how we kick off 2026 with an absolute bang. We're going to showcase all of Australia's stars in Australian boxing who are going to kick on to big things in 2026.
All right, thank you so much, George. I'll talk to the fighters now, and we'll start down at the front table with the man you just mentioned, in Billy Polkinghorne, who is 4-0 as a professional and will be back after over a year out with injury. Billy, how are you feeling about the fact that you're just about set to get back in there after such a long break?
I feel good. Yeah, it's been, a bit of a journey. Come January, it's been about 15 months since we last fought. We've had a couple of surgeries, a couple of trips away. Obviously, I spent a bit of time down in south of France, a bit of time over in Panama with the surgeries. It's good. I'm excited to be here. I don't know if we've got an opponent yet. I don't know what George has got for me, or if he's just got me here, just be on standby. Maybe if Michael pulls out again, maybe I'll do a lazy step up to 154 and fight Nikita. Nikita, I love you, brother. But I'll get my manager to talk to your manager, and we'll get something put in paper for that. I'm happy to be here, and just want to say thanks to No Limit for putting me back on such a big card, especially with my brothers too. Thank you.
Do you think that You think he's going to pull out, Michael Zerafa, though? Or?
Look, history can repeat itself. I just want to know that I'm ready. I'll fight anyone. And if that means stepping up, I'll step up. I'm bottom of the card. I want to be at top of the card.
Michael, can you just tell Billy whether you're going to turn up?
Mate, I don't even know if he's even speaking English. Can anyone understand what he's saying? I'm getting hit. He's getting the repercussions.
Okay.
Anything to finish with Billy Polking on?
Look, if maybe me and Mark can get on later too then. So I'll fight any boys. What weight are you at? You middleweight? What you walk around?
You don't even know what weight I am, but you're calling me out.
When you're good, you don't have to worry about weight.
Just worry about your vocabulary.
Look, man, it sounds like you got a mouthful of marbles. What are you on about?
All right, thank you very much, Billy Polking, on getting us started here at the press conference today. We'll move along to gym mate Liam Wilson. Liam, great to see you again. You want to call anyone out at the top table, mate, or?
Nah. I'll just focus on January 16. And yeah, no, I'm ready. I'm excited to be back in Brisbane, my hometown. And I felt like in my last fight here, I really found my groove, me and my team. And look, I can't wait to build off that. Whoever I face, they're in a good position to take everything that I've worked hard for. And I'm not going to let anybody come in this country and take that. Trust me. There's nobody in this country that brings war better than I do. So January 16, that's what's coming. You'll get your money's worth. Tune in.
Liam is number 3 in the world at super featherweight with the WBO. Did you feel like it was the old Liam Wilson that was back in that most recent performance, the left hook from hell and everything else, the power and the precision that you've previously shown us in that performance?
Look, to be honest, I don't think it was the old Liam Wilson. I think this is a whole new, different me. I've just simply found my groove, something that I've been looking for a long time, and something that works completely for me. And I can't wait to build off it and show everyone what I'm truly capable of. Whoever, wherever, let's go.
Anyone you've got an eye on? Because I know we're waiting to announce your opponent, but is there anything in this fight or just down the road for you?
Not necessarily. I just want to get back to fighting for world titles. The man that has it is Emmanuel Navarrete, and that's what I'm chipping away at. I'll get past this guy and move one step closer. The world title has always been the dream since a young kid. My team knows that. My fans do. And that's why I've experienced plenty of ups and downs throughout my career. But, you know, I'm still grinding, and I'm not going to stop until I get it.
Okay, we can't wait to see Liam Wilson back in action as part of this stacked undercard, and we're looking forward to this heavyweight war as well between Tszyu Vusutu and Dempsey McKean. I'll start with Tszyu. Welcome, good to see you. Tszyu, how are things going in preparation for this fight, which looks a really tough one?
Alhamdulillah, everything's going well. I just want to say thank you to all my sponsors, my supporters, my family, my team at ASB, Ben Harrington and the boys. Man, it's an honour to be here with these guys, man. We're gonna put on a show for sure. ASB is gonna take over this year. Oh, sorry, next year. But yeah, everything's going good. This is a big opportunity for me. So, you know, when I'm on the bill, man, you know it's fireworks. So get ready, it's coming.
Yeah, we've seen you in a couple of Fight of the Year contenders, most recently against Stevanovic. Is that the sort of fight that you expect against Dempsey McKean?
Oh, that fight was, there's a lot of tactics we were going through that. So this fight's different. You know, I've got Dempsey McKean in front of me. Respect him, his team for taking the fight. But January 16th, fuck Dempsey McKean.
That's strong. Anything else you'd like to say to Dempsey?
No, that's it, man. Just come prepared.
I'll go straight to you, Dempsey. Do you have a response to Tszyu Vusutu?
No, that's all right, mate. You know, a little bit of fear there, I can sense that. So, but he can do him. I'm just going to do me, which I always do. You know, it's just good to be back on a big card as well. Stack card here, Brisbane, my hometown. You know, I fought on some big cards in the past. You know, fighting for a final eliminator on an Anthony Joshua card at the O2, and then co-main event to a Fury Usyk card in Saudi as well. So. You know, it's just good to be back on a big card, close to home, and I'm excited for it.
What do you think that is, though, when you see and hear an opponent speak to you in that way here so far out from a big fight like this? What is he trying to do?
I don't know, maybe build up a bit of confidence or something like that. I'm not too sure. I'm not really worried about that. Like I said, he can do him, I'm going to do me. And that's all you can do. So I'm training hard. You know, I've fought at the top level for a long time. And yeah, come January 16th, he's going to get a rude awakening.
What sort of opportunity is this for you, prominently placed on what is a major domestic fight here in Australia?
Yeah, look, obviously another win here is going to propel me straight to the top and some more bigger fights. So at the moment, it's just activity is the key, you know. Before I fought Moses Atama in Saudi, you know, I was inactive for about a year and a half before that. So, you know, especially when you're in the prime and peak of your career, it's too long to be sitting on the sidelines. So this is going to be the third fight we've had in about 13 months as well. So if we can just start rattling some good fights, good tough fights, and you know, keep us in the gym, stay in these training camps, and keep moving forward, and that's all we can ask for.
Tszyu thinks that potentially this is another fight of the year type of event. What are you expecting when you go in with him?
No, I don't think it will. I think I'll pick him apart, use my range, use my length, my sharpness, my speed. You know, he can go in that kind of mentality, want to turn it into a dogfight. Respectfully, that's what he's kind of have to do. But you know, I'm gonna go out there and box smart and box long and box well.
Everyone's got a plan until they get punched in the face. So bring all your strategies, mate.
Some final words, Dempsey?
January 16, tune in everyone. It's going to be a good night. Can't wait. It's very exciting.
Okay, that is a heavyweight fight we really do look forward to as part of this stacked undercard. And now we head up to the top table, and exciting news that George Rose has told us here today, that this man, Liam Paro, fighting a world title eliminator against Paddy Donovan. So one of these men will go through to fight for the world title, and for Liam Paro, it's an opportunity to become a two-time champion of the world. Liam Paro, just firstly, your response to this news, which has just come through the last 24 hours.
Well, it's exciting, you know, this is what we chase. We chase titles, we chase the hard fights, and thanks to No Limit for getting it across the line. We found out minutes ago, so I was welcomed into the welterweight division with a award, the last one, and you love that. It's good for the soul, so I'm willing to go there again, but I believe we've got the tools, and I'll stay disciplined, as Alpha told me, and yeah, I think I'll get it done.
Tell us what you know of Paddy Donovan. I know you've watched those fights with Lewis Crocker. You've had an eye on him for quite a long time as you've thought about moving up to this division, but what sort of a challenge is he?
Look, he's a good boxer. He is. He's going to be a bit more conventional compared to the last one, but look, we just got to go out there and box smart. That's all I believe. I'm finally building into welterweight, you know, and yeah, look, we just got to go there with the game plan. You know, Alf's going to have the game plan, and I just got to execute it, and I believe we can get past most people with doing that.
How excited are you that this will be here in Brisbane? You've had to go all around the world for these major opportunities. You had to fight in Puerto Rico a couple of times. Now, you're a co-main event to a major domestic fight like this, fighting in a world title eliminator against an international opponent. How does that make you feel?
No, it's good. I've said it right from the start. You know, it's a blessing to be back on home soil, and No Limit bringing the big fights to Australia. You know, we've got die-hard fight fans here, and saves us all having to go across the pond. We've done it enough. We've earned it. We've won the belts over there. Now it's time to do it here. So I'll keep saying it. You know, just to be back fighting in front of my people means the most to me. That's truly special. So going to keep on putting shows, keep winning, and yeah, two-time world champion here in Australia.
You start to just dream about that next fight. We've talked about the opportunities it could be, Suncorp Stadium and everything else.
Look, it's like every fight. We don't look past no one, because if Paddy Donovan, if I don't get past him, those opportunities aren't there, you know. I know they're on the horizon, but I just got to get this guy out of the way, so then there's a clear vision. There's, yeah, no more speed bumps. It's a title. But for now, it's, yeah, all focus on Paddy Donovan and taking him out in dominating fashion.
Any message for Paddy Donovan, given we're here announcing essentially this fight today? I'm sure he'll be tuning in and he'll be seeing this online. Anything you'd like to say to your opponent?
No, not really. Just hope you have a good camp. Come in 110%, because we're going to be, and yeah, no excuses. The best man's going to win, and I believe that's me, LCP.
There you go. So that is our undercard, our stacked undercard, which features that IBF welterweight world title eliminator between Liam Paro and Paddy Donovan. And it now takes us to our main event. It is Bad Blood, Nikita Tszyu v Michael Zerafa.
Nikita Tszyu is the wild man. Here goes Tszyu. Right hand from Tszyu. It's a massive shot. Oh! Nikita, destroyer. No retreat, no surrender. Michael Zerafa. Zerafa looking very dangerous. Big shots from Michael Zerafa. Oh, big right hand. That was a bomb. Here he goes. Zerafa has more where those came from.
A huge domestic showdown between Nikita Tszyu and Michael Zerafa that is coming up in January here in Brisbane at the Brisbane Entertainment Centre. I'll start with Michael Zerafa. We talked about all the time that you two have had to spend with each other in recent weeks. How have you felt about that process? How do you feel about Nikita Tszyu now?
Yeah, look, the same. Nothing really changes. We got the date. We've got everything locked in now, and January 16th, it's showtime. I mean, take nothing away. There's no need for the animosity beforehand because, like I said, the date's there and we're going to go out there and leave it all in the ring.
You've had experiences fighting in Brisbane before. What are your memories of those fights?
Yeah, look, I fought Horn, went to war twice with Jeff Horn, and obviously one of them was in Brisbane. But I'm coming here to make a statement. Like I said, this is a great fight. This will elevate me moving forward. I fell short in the world title before, so I want to get back there and do it again and bring it home and join the likes of Paro and Opatea and the guys that have been there and done it. So this is a big fight.
What's the response been like since this fight was announced? How are people responding to you and everything that went down in that press conference and since?
No, look, everything's good. Like George mentioned, it's a 50-50 fight. We've got a hungry kid in Nikita, and my name's a world title to him. So I'm going to go out there and put on a show and make a statement and get the win.
You trying to lull him into a false sense of security, be his mate here? Is that what's going
No,
on?
not at all. Like I said, there's no need to. The contract's there. The contracts are done. The fight's there. We're here January 16th. And we'll leave no stone left unturned come fight night. There's no need to call him this and call him that or he said, she said. Like I said, the fight's there and. Is a big one for us. And like I said, the winner of this goes on fights for bigger and better things and a world title on the horizon. And I'm not overlooking Nikita and not looking past him at all. And this motivates me. I mean, like I've beaten everyone in Australia. I've been around this is my 40th pro fight. I've been around and fought everybody. I fought world titles before and I've been there before and fought in these kind of stadiums and situations. So this is just another day for me and this what motivates me. And like I said, fight night, it'll all be settled.
All right, I'll go straight to Nikita Tszyu. What's going on here? He's been very, very nice compared to what's been happening in recent times.
Yeah, I don't know what to make of it. He has been very friendly, and we've spent way too much time with each other in these last couple of days. But it's funny, like, we may be joking around, kind of smiling at each other, saying some dumb stuff, but at the end of the day, I still really want to smash his head in, and I'm sure he wants to do the same thing to me. It's a funny thing, boxing is, we're quite calm and relaxed at this point, but we know the inevitable future is going to be a bloody mess.
Is there anything that you sort of turn your mind to when you have to remember that he is an opponent and you have to remember how little you like him and how much you do want to do those things?
No, I'm smiling at him, but at the same time, like in the back of my head, I'm thinking, I cannot wait to hit you. Like it's funny. I've got a little bit of a poker face at the moment, giving off one set of emotions at the surface face, but then in the back, there's just evil thoughts.
Do you think you're seeing through his games to some extent? Do you think you're a step ahead?
Like he's trying to soften me up or something? I don't think he's doing that, actually. I don't know if he's actually doing that. Are you playing anything?
I'm not playing anything. Well, there's no need to. Like I said, the date's there. Yeah, I generally, like I said, he's got a personality that you can't actually hate. I've said it once, I'll say it again. He's got that quirky strangeness, and it works for boxing. There's no need to badmouth him. Like I said, it all gets settled January 16th.
Nikita, what are your motivations for this fight? Why does it mean so much to you to beat Michael Zerafa here in Brisbane?
I think the occasion of it all, the history he's had with my brother, the fact that the Tszyu and Zerafa name has been in the mix for over 5 years now, it's kind of rare in Australian boxing for there to be something, just a name or a kind of fight lingering around for so long. Usually the fights get organised within maybe 6 months or so, but this one has just been lingering around. And although it wasn't initially my name, it was still my family name that has been in there. I'm just glad I get to do it. I'm glad I'm the one that gets to be able to have fun.
Now that it is official and we've known for a little while, have you talked to any of the members of your family about this fight and about what it means to you and the Zoos?
No. No.
Nothing with Tim or Dad?
Nope.
Do you know?
My granddad has said, smash him, but that's about it.
Yeah, what did Boris say exactly? What?
Well, he's not a very talkative person and he doesn't show much emotion, but he did say, smash him. Break his body down. In like that crazy like Russian stare where...
What about you, Michael? Tell us about the support. I'm sure you're getting plenty of support. What are people saying to you about what they want to see in this fight against Nikita Tszyu?
Yeah, look, it's an exciting fight and everyone's tuned in and everyone's showing their love and support. And like I said, whether they're with me or against me, it's just great for the sport. Big shout out to No Limit, the Rose Boys that are putting on such an amazing event, not only with me and Nikita as the main event, but like George said, look at the undercard. You got Para here as well, doing it again, for Australian boxing. This is what it's all about, and that's why I said at the end of the day, this motivates me. I didn't have to be here. I want to be here, and Nikita motivates me. That's why I said there's no bad blood. This is a huge fight, and I'm excited. I really am. That's why the talk. It's not the normal Zerafa, the villain, and I'm just excited and I'm grateful. And Jan 16, may the best man win.
I mean, there's still a little bit of bad blood for me. I still really want to hurt you.
Of course there is.
Nikita, what about the fact that this will take place here in Brisbane? I know you had a good morning this morning. It must have that big fight feel for you. It must feel like a big occasion.
Brisbane was the place that I had my first fight, and it's kind of coming down memory lane, walking through these streets. I remember going through here after my fight and seeing all the drunks walking around. It was kind of funny. So good to be back.
All right. Michael, we might just get some final. You're not going to speak to each other. We're going to keep you apart now for a little while at least.
But see how it's hard. It's hard. It is hard.
Yeah, get into your training camps because next year, of course, this all goes down. Some final words, though, to Nikita, as he heads off to his training camp because you're not going to see each other for a while. Anything you want to leave him with?
Look, like I said,
I'm kind of glad. Yeah. Oh,
you go first. Ladies first.
Okay.
Look, all the best. It's like I said, it was always going to happen. This is a great fight, not only for boxing, but for Australia and moving forward. All the best, man. Like I said, we'll settle it January 16th.
Yeah, we're gonna have a lot of fun. We've got 2 months to prepare for this fight. Huge fight for Australian boxing. Liam Paro got at the edge of getting another world title. Awesome.
Oh, you sound like you're going to send him a present, for Christmas.
No, not at all. No. Look, look, the bad blood, was obviously between me and Tim, and I wish Tim, like I said, all the best moving forward. When we're not fighting each other, there's no need to criticise. I mean, we're Aussies. We're meant to stick together. When he's not fighting me, I wish him all the best. Like everyone else should be getting behind Aussies. The sport's hard. We should be supporting each other. Obviously, when we're fighting each other, there's going to be that little bit of animosity and that hate, and obviously personal, but business for me. But there's no need for this. There's no need for the bad blood and that villain role. I said, tune in because this fight's going to be huge. It's going to be absolute savage from the get-go. We've got a puncher versus a boxer. I'm experienced and I've been here before, and I know he's hungry. So this is going to be an all-time, probably one of the best fights.
All right, George Rose, I'll just finish with you. What's going on here? The nice guy.
Yeah, look, you wait till they go through this Christmas period while we're all sitting up enjoying our Christmas dinners and enjoying our food.
Just wait till a journalist comes and asks you some questions and you won't see the nice guy.
He's not here, we're safe, we're lucky.
Look, we're going to enjoy our food. These boys will be hungry, they'll be training, and that's when the bad blood will start boiling. I know that they want people to support, they want people to get behind them, but when it comes down to it, I know the true person each one of them are, and when it comes to it, they're going to turn it on in the ring, and they're not going to take a backward step. And they both know that the impacts of a loss in this fight drastically affect both of their careers. So they'll be fighting for everything. They've got a lot to fight for, and it is going to be a great night.
All right, George, can you please set them up for a face-off, these two fighters? Nikita Tszyu and Michael Zerafa will get them to face each other here on the stage. Just to repeat the details, it is Tszyu v Zerafa. We now know that it'll feature that world title eliminator between Liam Paro and Paddy Donovan, and it'll take place at the Brisbane Entertainment Centre on Friday, the 16th of January. Bad blood, Tszyu v Zerafa. Thanks for joining us at the press conference here today in Brisbane. Ladies and gentlemen, the Tszyu v Zerafa. I'm Ben Damon and I'll see you at the fights.